Hello, welcome to another episode on Exclusive Talks episode. This is going to be episode number 4. It will be based on life on campus before COVID-19. My name is Juan.
My name is Daisy.
And my name is William.
This episode will discuss what student life was like it was at Dominguez Hills before the pandemic moved us into a virtual setting. This episode will give students who did not get to do the first year on campus an insider perspective on what to expect when it's safe to go back on campus. So Daisy, let me ask you a question. What is LSU? Where is it at? And what food services offer?
So LSU stands for the Locker Student Union. It's located in the front part of the campus. It's basically the main building of Dominguez Hills. They have a lot of food services to offer, like the Green Olive, Every Table, Subway, Panda Express, Toro Fresh. There are ballrooms within the Local Student Union. Basically, they hold like workshops, they hold meetings in those ballrooms. And there's a place where students can actually go to the second floor and relax.
Perfect. That's all sounded amazing, Daisy. So I have one more question for you. And what mental and physical health services does DH have to offer?
So, regarding mental and physical health services, there is the psychological services and student health center. So, at the psychological services, you can get therapy, free therapy, because as a student, you pay fees that entitle you to a therapist, which is very useful, especially with the pandemic, with everything that has happened in the world. If you just need to talk to somebody, a professional, especially, that's a good place to start. And it's very easy to actually get in contact with a therapist. Um, Regarding the student health center, so the student health center actually offers vaccines like the common flu vaccine, the flu shot. If you need to get like a physical exam, you can actually schedule an appointment to go to the student health center. Basically anything related to like health, as long as it's not like too extensive. The students health center can actually provide you with that. That's one thing that you can definitely use. Regarding another like mental health service, there's also the disability resource center. So basically if you have a disability and you need accommodations such as you have to have like an extended date for some assignments, for exams. The Student Disability Resource Center is a place to go to get that information as to how to get those accommodations. So definitely, if you have a disability, like feel free to reach out to them and go to that center. Um, and get that help that you need. So all of these three centers, the psychological services, student health center, and the disability resource center, they're all in the same area and they're all located one across from one another in Welch Hall.
Those are great things to know about the school, Daisy. So yeah, I know some of these things could be expensive when it comes to like outside of school. Like I know going to a doctor might be lazy, like might be something you don't want to do because you get lazy to go drive somewhere. But I mean, it's right at school, so whenever you're at school, you have the privilege to just go inside there, schedule an appointment, and then maybe the next day, the next or throughout the week, you just come in. You don't have to drive anywhere. It's just at school for you, and also it's within the tuition, so it's not really much of an expense unless so, I mean some things will be an expense, but it depends what you're looking for. But I mean it's all there for you, so that's good to know that there's resources like that are there to help you. But moving on, William, I have a question for you. Where is ETE located, and then what are the services that they provide?
Okay, so ET is located in the library, the northern library. So there's two libraries, the south and the northern one. So ET is located on the third floor, and some services that ET has to offer is free printing. So I know students, myself included, will be rushing class to class, like forgetting, oh, I need to print out something. So as a student, you could definitely rush to the ET office and they'll print it out for free.
Oh, that's super great, right? Free printing. Usually they charge you like 25 cents for printing, but I mean you can save the bus token. But moving on with that, where is it? Oh, did you already ask? Did I ask that question? I didn't ask that question, did I?
No, that was my question one. It's okay. So William, thank you for sharing that. Like you said, if students ever need printing, like feel free to, stop by the ET office and get that free printing. You don't have to pay for it if you're an ETE student. So, um, now that we're talking about the library, William, where is the library? Like, what is inside the library?
Okay, so what's inside the library includes a lot of different resources and a lot of different classrooms, computer labs, study areas, etc. So me personally, I would use study areas a lot. Me and my classmates would you kind of like rent out a space, but it's for free. But it's awesome because you guys get your own little private room. You guys could even hook up a computer to a projector, and it's awesome. It's amazing. Once we're back in class, hopefully everyone gets to use it. Um, and some other resources are the Career Center, WRC, Basic Needs, CalFresh Plus, emergency services such as housing, food, hygiene kits, and the Mental Success Alliance. So all these things are located in the library. And you might think, how does all this fit in the library? The library consists of a lot of floors, and it's two separate buildings. So like I said previously, there's a northern part of it and the southern part of it. For me personally, I stuck with the southern part of it because it's like the newer library, and it's just amazing. It has a lot of different floors. So the first floor is like where you'll find everyone. There's kind of like couches and like spaces where you could be at doing your homework. And then as you move up the levels, it kind of gets like more independent, I would say, because you have your own like little space, and that's where I would be at doing my homework all the time, and then just relaxing. There's also like a little cafe. Inside the library, so it's always good. I've never personally went there, but the line is always long, so it must be good if the line's long. And like I said before, the study areas are amazing. I believe they're almost like state of the art. All you need is your ID to rent one out, and you and your friends will have a great study session. Okay, so moving on from that, Daisy, how is the parking at Dominguez Hills?
So regarding parking, parking passes usually range from $150 to $200. I know that's really expensive for a parking pass, but that's just how parking is at universities. But it's fluctuated over the semesters. From when I've been there, it might differ from when we go back on campus, but usually that's the average price range. They change every year though. So every semester you have to buy a new parking pass. So if you're attending for fall and spring, you have to buy a fall and spring parking pass. However, if you're attending like a summer class or a winter class, there's also parking passes for that. So there are 11 parking lots in total. Between the times 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., super early, is the best time to park. That's when you'll for sure find parking near like the front, near the middle sections. However, if you park any time between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., the parking lot is going to be very, very limited. So after 6 p.m., the parking lot usually starts to clear up. People start to go home. Staff starts to go home. So yeah, typically between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. is basically the golden hour to get good parking, and then after 6 p.m. as well. So yeah, that's regarding parking. Juan, what do we typically see when we walk around campus?
Well, I thought you never asked. No, I'm just playing. But this is actually my favorite part of the whole campus. What do you see? Well, typically you'll see a lot of vendors, clubs, sororities, which is like the fun part on campus. You get to meet new people, connect with people, which is what you want. I know virtually it's not the same. I mean, you could be on Zoom, but in person you get to connect, bond, and meet them in person. Aside from that, the food trucks and the DJ on Toro Tuesdays are pretty fun. Food trucks, they bring tacos and a whole bunch of other stuff that it's very it's like a variety of food. Aside from that, also we have Teddy the Toro, which is our mascot. You'll see him all the time. Super friendly, fun to take pictures with. Post them on Instagram when you have a chance. You also see people having just picnics as if like they were at a park or something, which is really fun because you see that every student feels welcome at the school. They're free to do whatever not whatever they want, but they're free to do what they are able to do that's appropriate. And then we also have monthly events, which connects the school together. Since same thing, you get to connect with other people.
Perfect one. Like you said, who doesn't like walking around campus, especially with all the vendors. I don't know if you guys ever tried the food truck. I forgot what food truck it was, but I was a freshman, and that food truck was amazing, and the line was long. It was the best food truck food I've ever had. And so, Juan, what would you do on campus between your long breaks?
Oh, this is also another favorite part. I know back in high school, I know I'm gonna go back in time. Back in high school, when I had like my own breaks, it was kind of boring. Like, all you had to do was lunch, but it's a little bit more different in college. So, again, you have more freedom. And then somewhere where I would like spend my time, most of the time will be in the LSU, which is the local student union. So basically, I'll be at the game room, the bookstore, the meditation room. There's also a bank just in case you don't have money on your pocket and you want cash on you, then there's that for you. There's also resources and clubs again for connecting as well. We also have a gym to work out with if you want to get the pump on a 15-minute workout. So that's there for you. I tried it. I mean, it is a small gym, but it's there for you. And not everybody's cramped up because everybody has their own schedule. And then this might not sound as fun, but throughout the years, once you start getting more into internships and stuff like that, jobs, looking for jobs, there are academic workshops to help you with like resumes, how to build credit, and there's like so many types of workshops that help you out in life. And you can use that using Turing to like reserve a spot.
And who doesn't like attending workshops? Am I right, Juan?
Yeah.
So we're gonna conclude our podcast for today. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 4, and we hope to see you guys until next year. Unfortunately, this is our last episode, just because we don't have any more time throughout the semester. And we wish you guys the best, and thank you guys for tuning in and all the support for our podcast. Bye, guys.
Bye.